One of the features that comes along with the Doppel is the app that allows the user to interact with the Doppel. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. So the app, if you go to the YouTube, you can see the prototype demo, and it has basically the current version of the app, which, I hesitate to send people out there because I'm like getting ready to redesign the UI completely. So, we're going to have similar color schemes and stuff like that. But it's the main way that you interact with the token, which just, makes sense because, if I have, 50 different, characters on there and each character has, 6 images assigned to it, that's 300 images on my token, right? You're not going to want to have to manually sort through that on the token. So you're basically in the app, you would create a character profile. In your character profile, you would assign your media, your audio and your video or images to an action for the character, and then as you're playing the game, you go in and you can change it. Now I'm injured, right? So I'm going to have a different image for when I'm injured, and now I'm casting a spell, so I'm going to use a different image for when I'm casting a spell. So it really gives you that flexibility that you can do as much as you want or as little as you want, right? One of the things that I did with it recently was I created a monsters profile and went in and assigned a bunch of monsters so that I can just go through and hit my monsters profile and switch out the monster that it's on it. And then I also assigned a sound effect for it. So every time the wolf comes up, you hear the wolf howl. Every time the zombie comes up, you hear the zombie groan. So
Very thematic.
yeah, very thematic. So that's kind of the core function. But beyond that, we've got about 80% ish of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition character sheet complete using the open resource document, the system resource document rules. We are already planning to do Pathfinder Society as well, so that like when it lands in your mailbox or it's delivered, you'll have a generic character sheet that you can use with anything. You'll have the two most popular, I would say probably the most popular tabletop role-playing games character sheets already in it, right? And then as we're going through the project, we're going to basically do stretch goals to add more systems and, character sheet +1, right? So as we add, secure the funding to do more systems, we're going to go back to the launch group and say, hey, what are the systems? We kind of already started this conversation in the launch group. What systems do you want to see, right? And I've already got a list that's forming, right? And once the Kickstarter completes and we're starting to go back and actually prioritize and schedule development efforts, we'll go back to the launch group and say, okay, I have this list of 10, 20, 5,000 tabletop systems. Which ones, go do a ranked, rank. This is the number one priority for me. This is the number two priority for me, and so on.
So joining the launch group doesn't only give you news about the start of the campaign, but also allow you to give feedback in the development of the Doppel.
Definitely.